Hello, welcome to VLookup. This criteria will be in the Level 2 Pearson's exam, but it's of interest to other users. It's something that you may use outside of exam situation. It's a very useful function. So what is a VLookup? If we look down here at the yellow bar, a VLookup is an Excel function to look up and retrieve data from a specific column in a table. So it'll look for certain data in the table, and then it will return, when it finds that data, it will return the criteria from a specific column that you've asked it to. So this is what a VLookup looks like. We can see here. This is the function VLookup, open brackets, similar to most of the other functions. And then the A18 is the cell reference in the table where you want the data to come back from. So the main table, it's not that one. You will have a sub-table already provided for you in the exam. So we would look at, if I'm looking to return the first name, which is linked to that card number, I'm going to put my VLookup in here, and I'm going to look at the first cell in the first column, A18. Now the table array will be the table where I'm looking for the data. So I would highlight from there to there. I can see they've said A3 to K15. So they've actually taken in the heading as well. You can, but you wouldn't be returning the heading. So doing this is fine. If you include the heading as well, it's not a problem. So the next part of the function is this red 3. Now when it finds this number in this table, what it's going to do, because I've put number 3 in, it will return the data that's on the horizontal line. It will return the data that's in that cell back to me. So when I find, for instance, if I found that number, it would return Eva back to me and put that in there. Now the false bit is the last part. Now if you don't put false in, it's fine. Certainly for the exam it's fine. We're not going that in depth, but in real life, by putting false in, what you're doing is saying I want a specific, I want it to be specific to what I'm looking for. So if I was looking for that number and there was another number similar to it with a letter in front preceding it and putting it in a different category, it may get confused because the numbers are the same, but one has a letter and one doesn't. So putting false in will only find exactly what that says in that cell. We're not going that in depth in this exam, so if you don't put false in, that's fine, but good practice to put it in so you don't have any ambiguity later on in life, should we say. So let's have a go. I want to look for this number in this table array, and I want it to return the first name to me, which is column 3. So we can automatically go for a function box for this, similar to the if statement. It's a lot easier to do. I can write one out later for you if you want, but that's fine. But I think most of you would follow this. So insert function. I can see I've got VLookup here already, but if you don't have it, remember, you can write VLookup in here. You can say go, and it'll appear there. So this box appears. Now the VLookup value, like I was saying, and it gives you a tip here as well, what it is the value to be found in the first column of the table and can be a value, a reference, or a text string. So it's the first value to be found in the table. This is the table where I want the data return. There's the first column, so it's A18. Now if I come down to the next row, the table array, which is this blue highlighted bit here, where do I want to look for the data that's in A18? I want to look in this text or this table, so I'm going to highlight the whole table. Whilst I've highlighted a table, I'm going to absolute reference it, because when I drag these formulas down and look for everything else, I don't want the table to be moving down as well, if you remember the absolute video. So whilst I'm here, I'm going to press function F4 because I'm on a laptop. Remember, it's Shift F4 if you're on a desktop. So you can see it's put the $signs in, so it's absolute referenced and frozen that table. So wherever I drag these down, it will always look at this table. Now, the column index number I want to be returned to me is when it finds this number in this table, I want the first name to appear in here, and that is in column 1, 2, 3. So I want column 3 to be returned to me. And the last one, as I was saying, if you have a look, if you don't put false in, it will find the best match and return it. Now, we're not going that in depth in this exam, so there won't be any issues with that, but good practice would be to put false. So let's see what happens when I press OK. Peter's turned up. So let's see if Peter, it's the only Peter in here, and the number is 136988. Fantastic. So if I drag that down, I should get all the other ones, which is great. So Maisie 126382. Yeah, so everything's hunky-dory. I'm just going to get rid of them for a minute. I don't want pretty much showing. Oops. Now, what I'd like you to have a go is try the VLookup again. So you're going to open up the VLookup box. And this time, you're going to be looking for postcode. So everything's the same as what we did before here. But this time, when you return the column index number, postcode will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, be column 7. So just be aware of that, please. Okay, so I'll leave that one to you. And similarly, you can do the join date and have a play and send me the spreadsheet, and we'll see how we go on. Right. If I take Peter out, in fact, I'll leave Peter in, because if you're going to use this, you can have a look and see what the formula is like. So we can also look for data on a different sheet. So you can see down here, there's an info sheet down here. So you could actually use a VLookup on this sheet, but find the answer from a different sheet. And this may pop up in your exam as well. Same process, but we just have to swap tabs. So I'm going to open up a VLookup. Oh, pressing two things too fast now. So this time, what I'm going to do, and you may need a pen and pencil in your exam for this, because my memory is not very good. So the lookup value we're looking for is still this first value. So whenever I'm looking for a postcode or a join date, I'm always going to look for that value, yes? The left-handmost side. So I'm looking for A19, and the table array I'm looking at this time is not this one. It'll be, because you may have this on its own in the exam, but your table may be on a different sheet. So I'm going to go and look in this sheet, and I'm going to highlight the table array, and we can see it says info with an exclamation mark A2 to K13. So the info exclamation mark just tells me it's a different sheet from the sheet that I will be on. That's what sheet it's on. And I'm going to absolute reference this as well. So function F4, because I'm on a laptop. Now, when I press on column index, it's going to go back to the original page. So let's just make sure, because I'm looking for first name, that I remember which column this is in, because I don't want to keep going back and forwards. So I want to have column 3. I'm going to put false in because I want an exact match. And let's see what it does. There's Maisie 26382. Maisie 126382. Let's go and look at the next sheet. Maisie is 162382. Excellent. So when I click in here, it will tell me it was a VLookup, and it came from, I was looking for that data, A19, and it came from this sheet, info sheet. So I can look down my tabs, I know where it's come from. I've asked for column 3 to be returned, and false because I want an exact match. Right, just a couple of other things. Have a play with this. It's very nice. So have a mixture, try all these out, look for it in this table, look for it in the other info sheet, and have a little play. Even make your own up, so add some more columns and go and look for different things. Just one thing to be aware of. If, for instance, I might do it on this tab, it'll be easier. If I insert some rows, some columns, my apologies. Now, If you end up with a table that's similar to this, and it's away from the edge, then everything's still the same. You would still highlight the data that you want to do, you would return it. Now, when you're returning the column number this time, it's still the same. Don't think that now first name is under column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is not. You are looking at the table columns. So for the table data, first name is still in column 1, 2, 3. Don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, got to add them 2 columns in as well, because you're only looking at your table data and first name is in column 1, 2 and 3. That's the only thing I would say to be careful of, because I have seen them give you some table data and it's away from the side, so it starts at column C or something. But no, right, enjoy VLookups. I look forward to seeing some work from you. And the last thing we're going to do, and that will cover everything to do with Excel for level 1 and level 2 for the Pearson and City and Guilds exams. Next one we're going to look at is conditional formatting. Thank you very much.